Hello GSD431 class. So this is our first semester together. So welcome to our class. In my videos I kind of describe what I'm expecting from each of the sections of the seminar. And so I'll get to it right now. This course we decided didn't need a book. We are using the Unity game engine. With that, their website is great. Their manual is online. You can find all the information there. And so what we have instead is we have a set of video tutorials for about half of the seminars for you to watch and go through. So this week's seminar, the video tutorial is Rollerball. And so just watch them. You can work along with them the first time, or you can watch them and then work on them the second time. But the first thing that's due this week is the discussion questions. So usually the discussion questions are divided into two groups. So the first set of questions, so the first 3 this week, are just questions that are out there, and these questions is all about your thoughts about these topics, okay? So you don't have to back up your thought. You just need to talk about it. Very simple, okay? The second set of questions, in this case 4, 5, and 6, require some reference to some documentation of some kind, okay? So provide URLs, provide book references, whatever it is you use to answer the question with, please provide it in the discussion board. The other thing I have with the discussion questions is I actually put them all in their individual threads, and so this way it keeps that topic on topic instead of everybody posting all 6 questions in there and then trying to comment to all of them. It's just maddening, if you ask me. So I kind of got rid of that, and so all the discussion questions are in their individual threads. Now, if you do go to the Seminar 1 discussion forum section of the discussion board, you can't create any new threads. You can only add to what the threads that are already there, okay? So if you do have a question, there's 2 other thread forums that you can create new threads in, and that is the student section and the instructor section, okay? The student section, I'm going to let the questions sit there for a little bit and let you guys answer each other's questions in there, okay? And if I see that a question is not being answered or is being answered wrong, I will jump in and answer it for you, okay? The instructor forum is for questions you want answered within the next 24 hours, okay? I'm pretty on top of it. I usually get back within the hour or so, usually, depending on what's going on and when you post. But my goal with the instructor one is to get back to you within 24 hours. If you do have a question that needs to be answered now, email is probably the better way to do that, okay? But try to use the forums as best as you can. Next on the list is your first project. So these first projects we're going to learn about design patterns, and so design patterns is just a way to code up your easy way to code up things. And once you learn design patterns, you can kind of tell people, hey, I want to use this design pattern for this, and they know exactly what you're talking about, and you don't have to explain how you're going to be doing things because you just told them because you told them you're going to use a design pattern. So the design pattern projects are kind of divided into 2 pieces, okay? for the odd seminar weeks, so for this week, all you're doing is you're looking up what a singleton design pattern is. And then you're creating, and as well, you're also creating a new project in Unity, but you're not making a game in there yet. You're just setting up the project to have a folder structure, and then having the documentation in there that tells me you've looked up what a singleton design pattern is. So there's a text file I'd like you to create with a couple questions. I want you to answer those questions. Then you're done. And then you need a diagram file. So you don't need to create a new one because we're not reinventing the wheel here. Just go online, find one, add it to the file structure, and you're good to go. Make sure you, again, document where you got that reference image from. And so it's pretty simple this week. Next week for the design pattern, we'll do a project and we'll code something up. With the design pattern projects, these projects, the goal is to use the design pattern, okay? The goal is not to make the program work, okay? Because I have students in the past who get frustrated with the design patterns and say, screw this, I'm going to make it work. And then they pass something in that has no design pattern in it at all, and they get a 0 for all that work that they put into it. And then they get pissed because they put all this work into it. I'm warning you now, the design pattern projects, I'm looking at your code and not necessarily that the application works. Okay? All these projects, they should work. You should be able to do them. Students have done them in the past. There's always one or two people who just can't get their minds wrapped around some of these patterns that we're going to look at, okay? So don't worry about it. And if you need help, I'm always here. You can come contact me. Then for our main project, so you'll have 2 projects almost every week. For this week, it's pretty simple. Just follow the video tutorials, and you're going to create that rollerball game, okay? And so this week, I mean, it sounds like really got to watch videos and follow the videos. There's no thinking to this. Well, it's all about you guys getting used to using Unity 3D. And so later on, I believe, is it Seminar 2? It could be Seminar 2 or it could be Seminar 4. One of those. We will revisit this application. So don't lose it. And you will have to upgrade it. And I have a whole bunch of criteria for you to do. Last but not least is I have a reflection journal piece for you guys to do. Now, this piece is not due until week 6, but you need to be filling this out each and every week. Okay? It's going to be very obvious at the very end of the project that you waited till the last day of class to fill this out. Okay? I want you to fill out this reflection of the experience piece every week. Okay? And I do look at those and I make sure that, I address excuse me, I address all your concerns at the end of the class, at the end of the course. That's it for this week. I try to post a video every week. Obviously, this is the first video for the first class. And so it tends to be a little longer because I explain more. Hopefully the other ones will be half the size, if not smaller. But as always, if you need help, I am here. I'm a resource. Email me. Send me your project if you can. Sometimes these projects get a little big and they get kind of hard to email. Yeah. Oh, a couple more things. When you zip up your projects, I want the whole project. I just don't want the build. I just don't want the final game, the exe file. I don't want that. Uh, Unless I specify I want that. But every single project, the design pattern one and the main project, I want to see your source code. I want to see your project. I want to see everything, okay? Because especially with the design pattern one, I am looking at your code. With the main project one, the goal there really is just to get it to work. Okay, so I'm grading differently these two projects. Okay, again, the design pattern, I'm really looking at your code and I'm going to nitpick that code to death. For that main project, I don't care how you get it done as long as you're not cheating or copying. As long as you're doing your own work, I don't care how you do it. As long as it works and does what I asked you to do, you're good to go. Okay? So, yeah. And I had something else. I forgot. Okay. I'll just leave it at that. I will let you guys go. Yeah, again, if you need help, I am a resource. I can help you out. Yeah, that's it. Talk to you guys later. Bye.